Hey there, everybody. Welcome back from spring break and welcome to our new online classroom. I hope that your transitions to your new living arrangements have gone relatively smoothly, and I also hope that your stress levels are relatively low. If there's anything that I can do to help reduce those stress levels for you, please let me know and I'll do my best to accommodate. So in this video, what we're going to talk about, this is our first official lecture online, and we're going to talk about how the course is going to proceed in this online format. So in order to do that, let me make me small and we'll look at our course webpage. Whoop. And let's see, put me in the bottom right. So this is our course webpage on GitHub. And so this is sort of the main way we're going to be interacting with each other. And I want to highlight again this Issues tab, that this is where I'll be posting announcements and this is where I'll be posting all of the lecture videos. So you want to keep up to date with this Issue tab. The easiest way to do that is to over here on this watch area, if you click this button, there's four different levels that you can watch a repository. If you click this one that says watching, so if I go to unwatching, this might be what your menu looks like, and if I come down here to watching, then I'll get email notifications every time a new announcement is posted. So I recommend doing that. Also, if you ever have questions about anything in the class, some of your code, or any problems like that, you can click this green New Issue button, and it'll let you pull up a screen where you can type in your question and then some details about the question. So definitely recommend using this as a good tool. So why are we using GitHub? Again, I've mentioned this to a number of you, but professional programmers all use tools that are essentially just like GitHub, and so when recruiters are looking to hire new people, so you all, either this summer or future summers after you graduate, they're going to look at your GitHub profile, and all of the activity that we do will be like really increasing your professional standing. I've also already had a couple of professional machine learning researchers and programmers find this class hosted on GitHub and contact me about it. One of them, his name is, let's see, where's the issue where I made the announcement? A fun story about a Google product manager contributed to our class. His name's Gal Oshri. He works on TensorBoard at Google, and he saw that we were using TensorBoard in this class, and we were emailing back and forth about this new feature of TensorBoard, and we are going to incorporate that into how we work in this online environment. So I'll explain that in just a little bit. That's a cool maybe extra motivation for why do we want to use GitHub, is because like real world people at Google are going to be joining us in cool, interesting ways. Okay, so back to the main part of the course webpage. I've posted a new homework assignment, homework 7, and this is sort of a trial run for us for how the class is going to work going forward, what the structure of our class is going to look like. If homework 7, the way it's formatted, you all think that works well, then we'll probably have 3 more assignments about this same difficulty and level. Yeah, so while I'm talking about that, actually, one of the things that I've been doing over spring break is I've been downloading a whole bunch of news articles about the coronavirus. So again, my research is on like large-scale data mining of internet news repositories and figuring out what people are talking about, and especially in multiple languages. So I have this web scraper that downloads about like 1 to 2 million news articles a day. Lots of news articles recently have been on the coronavirus, so I have a couple million news articles about the coronavirus, and there's going to be some cool, I think, deep learning applications of that. So, for example, I think in a future homework assignment, we might be like generating fake news about the coronavirus, or doing some sort of classification problem on text related to a coronavirus. Maybe trying to think, is it a Republican or a Democrat who's sponsored a newspaper article, or something along those lines. Okay, so back to homework 7 though. Homework 7 is an extension of homework 6 that in homework 6 we were, remember, working on this name classifier where we're given a name, so like Smith, and it outputs the nationality of the name, so like English. The name generator is sort of going to do the opposite of that though. You're going to give it a nationality and it's going to randomly generate a name that sort of comes from that nationality. The due date for this assignment is going to be on April 9th, on Thursday at midnight. And I want to emphasize that that's just right now a tentative due date. If this were the in-class normal, everything's normal, that's sort of the amount of time that I would expect you to be able to need to work on this assignment. But I also understand that nothing about this is normal, and so if you need more time, just let me know and we will adjust that however we need to. Okay, so 3 learning objectives for this assignment. The first is we want to understand how these generative neural networks work. So again, a generative model is one where we are able to not just classify, but actually generate instances of the class. And I'm also going to do a lot of videos here with me live coding in this assignment. And so I want, let's see, one of the purposes of that is for you all to sort of see how I approach these coding problems. And when I run into problems with PyTorch, what is my thought process for working through these problems and figuring out how to make my code work. And so you'll see lots of examples of that in the lecture notes. And then the last thing is we want to get a lot more practice using TensorBoard and understanding how all of our model training parameters affect the learning process. Okay, so mechanics-wise, what do you have to do? There's a whole big list of required tasks, and the main thing is that I've put together this video playlist right here. So if I click on this, I'll open up this new tab in YouTube. And here are all of the lectures for sort of the next week and a half or so. They're broken up into, looks like 8 or 9 or so files, and in each one of these files I explain either some part of the theory of these generative models, or I work on the coding aspect of these generative models. So the all of the code that you will need for this assignment will be included in these videos. So if you follow along while I'm doing the coding, then you will have the full Python code that you need to complete the assignment. So we're doing these pre-recorded lectures for a couple of reasons. One is because we do have a number of students in very different time zones, and so I think the live Zoom method is not going to work very well for that. But a second one is that what this is going to do is it's going to free me up to have a lot of extra Zoom office hours where if you have a question on any of the videos or some sort of problem with the homework, we'll be able to connect just in a small group in Zoom and deal with those issues on a more personal level that just wouldn't be possible in a large classroom environment or in a large Zoom environment. So one of my commitments to you all is to being very, very available on Zoom to have lots and lots of office hours. Okay, so back to the homework. There's a couple of tasks I'm gonna stop this video for now, actually, so that you can watch through all of the all of those YouTube videos, and then after you watch them, you can come back here and I'll have a short video for explaining what to do for the rest of the homework assignment. So I will see you in the next video.